For the next part of the tutorial, I'll be talking about the basic mathematical functions you can use in Grasshopper. Now this is very important because this is actually really how you process your data. So for ease of use and ease of explanation, I have set all A values at 10 and all B values at 5. So when I click on it, everything is connected to like the A component, and when I click on this, it's all the 5 goes into the B component. So the first function is addition, which is here. So when you add 10 plus 5, you'll get 15. So what if you have 3 values and you wanted them to be added together? So the way to do it would be to zoom in and click plus. And now you can add a C value. Alternatively, if it's not important to you to have like such an organized data structure, you could just plug in multiple components into A or B and it will still work. Alright, so the next thing, the next mathematical function is called multiplication. Like, I'm sure you all know how to multiply. So if I multiply A by B, which is 10 times 5, you'll get 50. So that's what this component does. And yeah, so that's how this component works. So if you need to input in multiple values, you just put it in, and because it does not matter the order in which the multiplication happens, you can add multiple inputs straight into these slots, and it doesn't matter. Alright, so the next component is called divide. So if you take 10 divided by 5, you will get a 2. Yeah, so that's just basically how it works. The next one is subtraction. So 10 minus 5 gives you 5. And the last one is the to the power of. So 10 to the power of 5 will give you this output, which is 100,000. Alright, next moving on to the more complicated mathematical stuff, which is not really that complicated, just a bit more complicated. So if you wanted to take, for example, the negative of a value, you would use a negative component. So you can just type in negative and it will come out. So whatever goes in here, it'll be basically it'll add a minus sign and it'll come out as a negative. The reverse of this would be to make it positive, which is to use the absolute component. It's called absolute ABS, and this is basically a modulus. So whatever values go in, it'll come out as a positive. The next component would be integer division. Now, for example, like if you take 100,000 divided by 15, you wouldn't get a very nice number, as you can see here. This is the floating digit of the same division. But if you use this integer division component, it will give you a whole number, and this will be rounded up to the nearest whole number. So if it's for example 5.6, it will be rounded up to 6. If it's 5.4, it will be rounded down to 5. Yep, it's very simple. However, if you want to control the rounding, you can take that floating digit, whatever it is, and you use a round component. So for example, if you want it to go higher, it will round up to if you round up, it will go to 667. If you round down, it will go to 666. And if you want it to go to the nearest x, it will just be like, then whether it's plus 0.5 or minus, it's more than a 0.5 or less than 0.5. So again, if it's like 5.4, it'll go to 5. If it's 5.6, it'll go to 6. Yeah, that's it. That's for the mathematical component. There are of course a lot of other functions here, and you can explore that by yourself, and they'll be like in the more advanced stuff. But the basic things have been covered, which is this portion and some portion of this. Alright, thank you very much.